I don't want to go on a rant here. What the hell does rant mean?
I don't think that's ever going to get old, to be honest.
It shouldn't.
I love that every time. So we're going to get right into it. I just want to say something quick off the bat. You haven't seen Ghostbusters yet. I just saw it today. So we're going to have an in-depth discussion next week. Hopefully you're seeing it this weekend. But I thought it was awesome. How much would you say that a large popcorn, a large drink, and a bag of peanut M&Ms would cost at the movies?
Large popcorn, large drink, bag of peanut M&Ms. I'm going to say, do you want me to say what I think it should cost or what it probably really
What do you
does
think it
cost?
actually? What do you think it actually costs?
I'm going to say $21.50.
And what if I told you it was a combo? Would that change your opinion?
I would bring it down to like $16.25.
It was only $18.
So I was kind of right in the middle with what my expectation.
I thought you would have said like 25, 30 because I was expecting it to be ridiculous.
Because I'm figuring like the large popcorn's probably like 10 something, large soda's probably like 6 or 7.
So I thought 18 was like that's a pretty good deal for a combo. So I was pretty happy with that. I think I ate about 25% of the popcorn, so I have a tub of that for days. So it was a pretty good movie.
Do you get free refills on the popcorn? Can you like bring it back and then like
I don't know if you had to be. This was like a bow tie something or other. I don't know, but it had reclining seats, so it was super nice, and it had like a little tray table. So I've never experienced a movie like that. So I was happy. So I just wanted to get that out of the way. That'll be next week because you haven't seen it yet. But
I appreciate you not spoiling.
Be prepared to cry. That's the only thing I said. I was fighting back tears, but I'll talk about that next week. But I wanted to start with whatever story you have about Xfinity because I've been waiting to hear this one.
Oh, it's actually it's an ongoing story as well.
Still going, so it's a story/rant, I guess.
It's a story/rant that could delve into a bigger rant with how fucking ridiculous Xfinity, the cable company, internet company, whatever you want to fuck call them, they're fucking losers, is what they are.
Although they are better than Spectrum, I'll give them that. I do miss the voice remote. I
will say, shifting the Ramey family compound from Danbury with Xfinity to Poughkeepsie with Verizon. My God, Verizon is fantastic in comparison. Really? Fantastic. I'm going to jinx myself here. We've only lost internet for like 10 minutes in the month that we've been here.
That was bad about Xfinity. The TV was great for once they fixed their stupid like sunspot issue, but the internet would go out.
Oh, they didn't fix the sunspot issue. You had just moved out before it started again this year.
Started again? Because it was fixed for a while. Because I remember we had a good portion of time where it was just constantly just these random sunspot thingies. And then it went away for a while.
2 weeks of you moving out, it like every 10 minutes the channel would freeze. It would go out for 10 minutes. It would say, check back in a few minutes. It was ridiculous.
Pissed me off.
So we moved from Danbury to Poughkeepsie. We lived in my grandparents' house. So it's like, it's still in the family. It's not like we put it up for sale or sold it or anything like that. And there's plans for my cousin and his wife and kids to move into the house while they're waiting for a new home.
I wonder what's going to happen after that.
Yeah, that's a good question. So it's going to be like a stopgap house.
Yeah.
So we didn't cancel any of like the electricity, gas, any of that stuff. We kept it in my name and just made it easier to potentially transition. But obviously
for them, not you.
Yeah, for them, not me.
Yeah.
So since we weren't living there anymore and we didn't know if or when they were going to move in, we decided, the family decided that I was going to cancel the cable, keep the internet, cancel cable. You think it would be something easy peasy, you call up Xfinity, say, we want to change our subscription with you and get rid of one, keep the other, blah, blah, blah. So on October 26th, I called them and said, hey, moving out of the area, can't bring Xfinity with me because it's not available in my new area. Want to cancel the cable, keep the internet. I was on the phone with them for probably 45 minutes as they're trying to give me deals. Oh, but if you do this, we can, if you keep cable, we'll bring it down to X amount of money per month, which I don't need it. I am not living in an area that still has Xfinity.
You should have tried that while we were living there.
I should have.
Hey, I'm moving. Oh, wait. We'll give you a deal.
Well, do you know, well, first of all, before I get, further into this, do you know how much our monthly cable and internet bill was with Xfinity?
Probably a lot.
Take a guess.
I don't really, because I forget how much the packages are and stuff. And it's like, it's probably, it could be somewhere as low as like 300 all the way up to like 800, like anywhere in between that, maybe 1,000. I hope it wouldn't be.
$380 a month
I mean,
for
that's
cable and internet.
Oh, for cable and internet. Like, I don't know if is that moderately priced? Is that good? Is that
It's
too high?
ridiculously expensive. Ridiculous. Now with Verizon, obviously, you're locked into that. You get the 1 year of a good deal and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not even paying 200 right now.
I wonder what it'll go up to. They all have these fucking monopolies where it's like you have no choice.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, especially in Connecticut with Xfinity. Like that was the only option we had where we
in
live.
Trumbull, the only option we have is Spectrum. And they're awful. I could go on a rant. I'll go on a rant about that sometime and just how terrible they are. Oh,
So going through that whole song and dance, okay, we're going to cancel the cable, keep the internet. Okay. And I called on October 26th and they said effective November 1st, since we were moving on Halloween. So effective November 1st, my cable was canceled and our new internet bill was going to be like $80.34. Great. Lovely. Flash forward to this past Sunday, I get an email because I get the monthly email saying, your bill's coming due, etc. So get the email on Sunday, which was the 21st, saying my bill is going to be paid on the 26th because my bill ends on the 26th.
You have auto pay on or something?
Yeah. So it's telling me what the auto pay.
You still have to pay?
Yeah.
Because it's in your name.
It's still in my name, so I'm still paying. Then they're going to reimburse me. So on the 21st, Sunday, I'm looking at to see, make sure the bill is all good. It's going to get auto paid. Coming out of your account on the 26th, $374.90.
God.
The fuck do you mean $374.90? So I, try to call Xfinity. It is fucking impossible to actually get a live human being to talk to you. I am not exaggerating when I called, go through the whole automated system. What do you want to talk about? My bill. Well, let me bring up your bill. We can go over your bill right now. And this is the automated. No, I want to talk to a representative.
Oh, God.
I want to talk to a representative. Then I start pounding 0 on the phone for operator. I did it about 147 times. And it was like, we can have a representative text with you right now. I'm like, no, I don't want to fucking text with someone. I want to talk to a live human being. 45 minutes with the automated thing before I finally get an actual human being.
That's horrendous. I could see you sitting on hold for 45 minutes, but just representative. I'm sorry. What was that? Oh God, that's just.
I think I actually sprained my index finger from just pounding 0 on my fucking cell phone.
They make it impossible.
Now we get to the person. The person's talking to me. Oh, hi, hello, Mr. Remy. What can I help you with today? Well, you fuckers, I canceled my cable and you're still charging me for my cable. Please do not charge me for my cable. Well, let me pull that up and let's see what we can do. Oh, that bill that you're seeing, that's not going to be your bill. Okay, why is it showing that way? That's not going to be your bill. You won't pay $374. Okay, how much am I going to pay? We can't tell you that. What do you mean you can't tell me that? We're not sure how much you're going to pay. If you don't know how much I'm going to pay, who the fuck's going to decide? So then this whole song and dance was, your bill's going to update on the day before that your bill gets pulled out. So check on the 24th, which is Wednesday. My bill is supposed to get paid the 26th. Check on the 24th, since of the holiday on Thursday, your bill should update by Wednesday. We're open until 9 p.m. So check about 7 p.m. And if it doesn't update, give us a call. Okay, that's fucking stupid and doesn't make any sense, but sure, I'll play along with you. So flash forward to Wednesday, about 7:15, pulling it up, see what my bill is. Oh, $374 still. Well, let me get Xfinity on the phone. Give those fuckers a call. Another song and dance to actually get a live human being. Only took me 15 minutes this time. I was coy to the game and figured out how to do it. Finally get this person. Oh, hello, Mr. Remy. How can I help you? You can try to help me. You probably can't. Cold Sunday. $374 you say I'm going to pay, but you tell me I'm not going to pay that. My bill's going to update on Wednesday. Bill still hasn't updated. No, your bill's not going to update until after the paying period has ended. The person that told you that on Sunday is mistaken. It's going to still
that
reflect
doesn't make any sense though. Why would it
Oh, it gets
update
better.
after you've already paid?
Exactly. The bill's still going to reflect what your prior statement was, but it's not going to show your new statement until after this pay period. But I can assure you, you will not have that money come out of your account. How much am I going to have come out of my account?
I don't think that's.
Oh, we're not sure. I can assure you it will not be the $374, but we don't know how much is going to come out of your account. The fuck do you mean? How does nobody know how much is going to come out of my account?
It must be like every home is different. Somebody gets a good deal, somebody pays full price. Like that's crazy.
But they should at least be able to look it up, because I told them my bill should be $80.34. That's what my only internet bill is supposed to be. They can't tell me that's what it's going to be. And they said, oh, see how much comes out of your account. And if it's the $374, give us a call.
Yeah, that's always a great way to go.
Like, are you kidding me? And needless to say, it's now Friday. We're recording this on Friday, Black Friday. It's almost 5 p.m. The money still has not come out of my account. So I don't know if I'm going to have a happy resolution or if I'm going to fucking burn them to the ground, because they're the worst run fucking company on the face of the goddamn earth.
Most customer service people they're never on the same page. Like for where I work, when we call customer service sometimes we'll have to hang up on a representative and call back and hope we get a better representative who knows what they're doing. And it's just an absolute nightmare. And I feel bad because it's not like you're going to talk to like Steve Xfinity himself, the head of the company, or was it Dave Xfinity, whatever his name is? I'm assuming that's his last name.
It should be.
Steve and Dave Xfinity,
Steve Xfinity,
the Xfinity brothers. Like, you're not going to
Dave and Buster Xfinity.
So the only person you have to yell at is fucking Mary Jo Sue, whatever, on the phone. Was it a guy or a girl?
First time was a guy who was a useless jackfuck, and then the second time was a female who was very apologetic but also useless.
Like, I always feel bad, but it's like you don't have, like, I don't know. I don't like to yell at people because I understand that, like, she's not making the bill. But you're still
as I was screaming at her on the phone, I'm like, I know it's not you. I'm just venting my frustrations.
Oh God, they must hate their lives. Customer service has got to be the worst friggin' job, like, ever.
Yeah, 100%.
Especially for a piece of shit company like that.
At the beginning of it, was like, this call may be recorded for quality assurance. Yeah, they got me fucking swearing up and down.
I always wonder who listens to those. Like, is there a person at said company who just, all right, let's go through the call log. You mother. Like, and like, okay, this is a bad one. Let's turn that one off. Like, how many of them are actually like, you know what? This is fantastic. You did a great job. Thank you so much. Like, no, none of that ever happens. So that makes me sad, because I like Xfinity. Because for the viewers, this is the Spectrum remote. They don't even have a button to go back to live TV. So if you rewind, you have to fast forward through everything again. And even when you change channels, when you go back to set the channel you were on before, it's where you left off. So if you change the channel and you're watching something else for 2 hours and you go back, you got to fast forward through the entire show.
Wait.
We fast forwarded Monday Night Football. I changed the channel back to the regular cast, and it was at the beginning. And Alex is like, this is the beginning, right? And we had to fast forward for like 5 minutes to get back to live TV. It's
that
ridiculous.
Makes no sense, because even
they're idiots.
But like, even with Xfinity, you didn't have to hit live. You just had to like change the channel up, change the channel down.
Or there was that one button that like fast forwarded through everything. It was Xfinity is so much better. The voice remote, everybody should have that. I think even Cablevision has that now, but Spectrum is the absolute worst. To turn on the TV, like, there's the TV button and then the all button. So you'll hit all, but the TV won't go on. So you'll be pounding the TV button not to work. Then you'll go back and hit all. The cable box will shut off, but the TV will turn back on, and you'll hit all, and then everything will shut off again. And it's a whole fucking dog and pony show just to get the TV to turn on. But I have Survivor Series on in the background, thanks to your Peacock subscription. No stupid ass, what's it called? Ads. So I'm watching Survivor Series 91 right now. So I got that as the background.
And you're needless to say, if this podcast ever blows up and we get like sponsors or anything like that, it's never going to be a cable company.
It won't be Xfinity. It won't be Peacock. I'm shooting for Poland Spring is what I've always wanted to be sponsored by.
I'm a big Aquafina guy.
That's what. Aquafina is gross. I know it's water, but like, I never liked Aquafina.
I don't like Aquafina. I don't like Dasani. Oh wait, the cat's making her first appearance tonight.
Let's see if she'll show her butthole again.
She's about to. It's not ladylike.
Oh God.
Fucking cat.
Poland Spring in my coldest water bottle.
That was a nice plug. I like that.
Coldest water bottle is actually really good. I recommend if you're ever like at work, I would freeze my plastic bottle so there'd be ice in it, but it'd be like warm, an hour, 2 hours in. This stays cold all day. It's perfect. The only gripe I have is this is the only size that'll fit in a cup holder. So I got a bigger size, but I just leave it at work because it doesn't fit in a cup holder.
That's annoying.
But that was a decent rant. I'm sure it was. What you should do is audio record yourself next time you're on the phone with them, and then we'll just play it on the podcast.
And we're gonna find out once that money comes out of my account if I'm gonna be happy with their service or I'm gonna be very, very angry.
Yeah, so we have to mark that down as to go back to that next episode next week. So what are we jumping into after that?
Well, I think first of all, we just say, we're recording this on Friday, Black Friday. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone that did celebrate Thanksgiving. Hope you enjoyed your day. If you did not celebrate Thanksgiving for whatever reason,
or if you didn't enjoy your day,
hope you enjoyed football if that's what you're into. And if you didn't like football and don't celebrate Thanksgiving, it was a Thursday. Good job.
This was a weird Thanksgiving. I was not a fan of this Thanksgiving for us.
How come?
I was not a fan. We didn't go anywhere because like our whole family decided for some reason we again weren't going, even though we're all vaccinated. It was like nobody was going. So we decided to just stay home, and it was just weird. Some fighting, lots of just drama, and it's like we should have just gone to Long Island to be with the Jews like we do every year.
The gathering of the Jew.
Because that's what we do. It's like 30 of us. Most of us are Jewish, and we usually gather in on Long Island. And we didn't do that again. So hopefully next year there's no fucking like terrible variant like there is now. Hopefully that's gone, or at least we can all be like immunized, vaccinated, and boosted, which I have to get soon because this new fucking variant. I don't know anything about it. My brother-in-law mentioned it today as he was putting a mask on. Says there was a new variant, maybe in Israel or somewhere, but
South Africa.
Yeah, so that's just great. So I don't know anything about it. If you do.
I got as my cat is sitting on my lap. I actually wish. There you go. She was sitting on my lap, but also on the desk too.
I don't know how many times I got to tell you. You get her like a fake laptop or a fucking something, and she will mimic you and sit there.
Well, no, I have the iPad actually next to me, trying to get her to do that, and she's not interested. She wants no part of it.
She's like, that's not the same as what you're on. I don't want that.
So this new variant,
oh god,
which is
does it have a name?
B11529.
Oh, not 529.
Which they've now called, they've now given it a name. Like, we had Delta, we had Alpha. This is called Omicron.
The what?
Omicron.
Why wasn't it just the Rogan variant or something like that?
I don't know, but calling it Omicron feels like it's like the next Avengers movie.
Yeah, that's weird.
Omicron. It sounds like a bad guy.
Age of Omicron?
Exactly.
That's a weird name.
So this was identified on Tuesday, and according to Reuters, it has a very unusual...
Is that Hemorrhoids Weekly?
It might be.
Well, I've never heard. What is that? It's like a news source?
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Really?
Reuters?
I probably pronounced it wrong.
Like either hemorrhoids or steroids. I've never heard of it.
So they're saying that it has a very unusual constellation of mutations, which doesn't sound good. Professor Francois Bellou, a professor of computational systems biology at the University College London, said there's no reason to get concerned. Every time they say there's no reason to get concerned, there's reason to get concerned.
Yeah.
So now many nations have cut off or are going to cut off travel to a few South African countries.
I think Biden said he was doing that Monday, right?
Yep. Starting on Monday, we're going to do, I think it was seven areas.
Just when I was planning on going to South Africa. Unbelievable. Had my tickets booked, shut down.
So now the college professor there said, there's no reason to be concerned. Yeah, the World Health Organization now announced Friday, 3 days after this new strain was discovered, that has designated this newly identified variant, Omicron, as a variant of concern. So it's been detected in Botswana, Hong Kong, and Belgium. So it's also outside of South Africa. It's spreading rapidly in South Africa. Scientists are concerned that its unusually high number of mutations could make it more transmissible and result in immune evasion. So the early reports are that it has like twice as many mutations in the spike protein of any of the other COVID strains that have been around. And it's looking like, and this is obviously early data that they're looking at, it's looking like it is more transmissible. it is resistant to vaccines
Oh,
and resistant to the monoclonal antibodies.
well, if it's resistant to the vaccines, we're fudged. I don't know
And-
why I just censored myself. We're fucked.
And I think, obviously they need to do more research on it, but hopefully when they say that it's resistant to the vaccine, the resistance is like the vaccine is still like 65% effective.
Well,
I don't
hopefully,
want it
yeah,
to
it's
be
not
like,
to
oh,
zero.
this thing's 0% effective. Y'all
Yeah.
are going to die.
Well, once Joe Rogan does his research, then I'll start to like really get into things. Like
He's got to check those Facebook.
Once Kevin
message boards.
Sorbo does his double-blind study, then I'll be in on it. Until then, no jab for me, thanks. Oh my god, you sound so fucking stupid when you call it the jab. Like if anyone says the jab, they're fucking stupid.
Wait, the second they say, I'm not getting the jab, you can't make me get the jab. When they say the jab, you lost them, you're never coming back, and they're going to die of COVID in about 3 weeks.
My favorite is like, you're forcing me to get it. I'm losing my job. You're not being forced to get it, because if you were being forced to get it, you'd have it. You have a choice to quit or get it. You're not being forced to get it.
And your job tells you have to wear pants when you go to work. Now they're telling you need to have a vaccine potentially.
I've been fighting that for years too. Should be able to wear shorts, damn it.
Hey, I'll be honest. Half the time that I'm on a work Zoom call, I may or may not be wearing pants.
What do you mean half the time? Why would you ever put on pants? Do you ever do it like a standing Zoom where you're like walking around?
I've never had to. Usually 9 times out of 10, I'm wearing like a button-down shirt on top and then my workout clothes underneath.
Yeah, that's smart. I wouldn't ever put on. I have like devil shorts on right now. That's what I'd be wearing. I'd put on a collared shirt and then have my camera like this. That's the smart way to do.
You got to do it that way. So that's the COVID news.
Unbelievable. It's never going away ever.
No, I don't think it is. I'm worried about it because the last time a new strain came out and they said, oh, not much to be concerned about. It was the Delta variant. And then like 3 weeks later, shit was hitting the fan. So I'm worried.
The only booster shot I can get around here is Moderna. So I was worried about mixing, but apparently it's like, it's no big deal.
Oh yeah, it's no big deal to mix and match. I mean, I got Pfizer for first, second, and the booster, just because it was what was around me and where the appointments were.
I would prefer to do that, but it would be like, oh yeah, I'm both. And I think their vaccine was different. It was like they had more of the virus in Moderna. I think they had like it was almost like 100% or whatever, and like Pfizer had 30 or whatever. But the booster is much less, so I'm assuming I'll get side effects of some kind, but I'm sure it'll be fine. I just have to make an appointment. I don't want to have like a specific day off, so I'm trying to figure out if I can get it like after work one day before I'm off. Yeah, and then deal with that. So, and there seemed to, last time I checked, they had appointments all the way throughout the day up until like 8 at night. So I think I should be good. I'll probably get it before the end of the year, but I'm not looking forward.
You should probably get it before the end of next week.
Because I had a reaction to both. The first shot was terrible. Like I had a reaction in Walgreens for the first half hour. Then I was all right. And then when I got the second shot, I felt it immediately. I felt my body doing something. And then I was just tired for 2 days and that was fine. But I'm not a fan of any of this stuff, like getting shots, but I will get it eventually.
I think by eventually it should be as soon as humanly possible.
But I'm surprised I got the actual vaccine when I do, because I'm very lazy about this stuff. I'm like, yeah, I'll like I have to fix my car, and I'm like, I'll submit a claim to USAA, and then it's weeks and weeks and weeks, and I haven't done it yet. It's just I have to just do it.
Now, if you remember when you got the first vaccine, I was the one that made you schedule that appointment.
You told me about it, and I was like, because there's no way I wasn't going to get the vaccine. I mean, I'll be scared about it and like, I don't want to do this, but there's no way I was not doing it. So as soon as you told me there was an appointment available, like I called on launch that day and scheduled it. But this is like I can go online to CVS.com or whatever and schedule an appointment. So
much easier.
It's not that difficult. Yeah. Oh, COVID.
And as we are sitting here, I just get an alert on my phone that there was motion detected in my basement. So the Ramey family compound might be getting breached right now.
Is it another bee?
It might be.
Oh, forgot to turn my phone volume down. I just got to snap. All the trees are lit up in Greenwich. At least now it's acceptable for you to put out your Christmas stuff. Before Thanksgiving,
you have to wait till at least Thanksgiving.
Before Thanksgiving, I'm not a fan of that. Don't do that. After Thanksgiving, whatever, I'll deal with it. It's fine. Not a big Christmas music guy, unless it's Weird Al. My favorite Christmas song is The Night Santa Went Crazy. If you've never heard it, you should listen to it because it's great. But other than that, I don't want to listen.
You mean The Night St. Nicholas Flipped?
Yes, exactly. That's a great song. It really is. Like Weird Al's got good original songs. Like he does parodies, but that's an original song that he just made up. His originals are pretty good.
I hear that it's really hard to walk around the North Pole without stepping in reindeer guts.
It's very true. I forget who survived. I'm singing the song in my head. It's not a good thing to do on a podcast, especially when you're under pressure. But Donner's still nervous, so he made it. The elves all got jobs working for the postal service, so they made it. Mrs. Claus is on the phone every night, with a lawyer negotiating the movie rights.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you negotiate the movie rights? That seems like it wouldn't even be on Lifetime. That seems like an HBO
or like a now true crime.
That's true.
That would be nice. The Night Santa Went Crazy, Dateline.
So now we segued a little bit, but when you mentioned Kevin Sorbo, you have to update me on the Kevin Sorbo cameo.
That was a joke. I didn't get that. Are you kidding me?
Oh, I really thought you did.
No, why would I ever pay that jack fuck? I hate that.
I honestly thought you did.
I'd pay Lucy Lawless. I'd never pay that fucking guy, even if he was $1. Unless I wouldn't even give him any money to like talk shit about himself. Like,
do you think he actually would do that if you did?
No, probably not. Although he probably needs money, but. Yeah, $50. Just call yourself a douchebag. Hi, I'm Kevin Sorbo, and I'm a douchebag. Because you are. Lucy Lawless is forever better. Xena, forever better than Hercules. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, he doesn't want to take the jab either. So
of course he doesn't.
Speaking of jackasses, Dave Chappelle. He got some flack many months ago for being a transphobic jackfuck, which he's a transphobic jackfuck. That I haven't watched that Netflix special. I don't think I will. I used to be a Dave Chappelle fan.
Well, Chappelle's show was great. Everybody our age loved that fucking show.
Not so much a fan of his anymore based on those comments and how he kind of doubled down on it. But came out this week that I'm looking at a Variety article. He reportedly visited his old high school to speak to students days before Thanksgiving, where he encountered a mixed response from the student body.
Of course he did.
So this was on Tuesday, so 2 days before Thanksgiving. He went to Duke Ellington School of the Arts to take part in a Q&A session with staff and the 580 some odd students that were there. He also handed out 600 Thanksgiving meals, which is a good gesture. I'll give him that. And tickets to a screening of his new film, Untitled, which is a documentary about putting on a live comedy show while grappling with the pandemic and the aftermath of George Floyd's murder. So he went there for some good as well. So he was also accompanied by a camera crew. He was greeted with a raucous reception of cheers and boos. This is what I thought interesting. And tell me if you've ever been to a show like this. As with his live comedy gigs, Chappelle requested that attendees lock their phones in magnetic pouches to prevent illicit recordings.
Yeah,
I get not wanting to have people illegally record, but that just seems weird to me.
It's a good invention. You get like a little pouch that can only be unlocked by like a special thing that they have. So it's a good way to not have people on their phones. But I've never been to a show where they actually did that.
I'm not sure how I would feel going to a show about that. Like, I understand you don't want to have people like record and put it online and things like that. But then I also feel like, what are you trying to hide?
Like I went to Murr's show and they said, just don't record. You can take all the pictures you want. Don't record, which I mean was fine. Because you're kind of a dick if you're at a comedy show recording.
That's true.
Although there are some good like Stephen Lynch clips of songs that singing live, because that's always fun to see him just like doing random stuff that's not on his albums.
Or when he has people like shout suggestions and stuff like that.
Oh, Stephen Lynch. Love that
guy.
So
with Chappelle here, during the Q&A, he was questioned directly about his viewpoints. A 16-year-old student called him a bigot. Accurate.
Do you have the exact statements he said on this special? Because I can't remember. I read whatever it was. I just don't remember what he said.
I don't have it. I can pull it up.
Yeah,
I can look for it.
Was it something about like, I could be making this up, where it was like, you're a trans woman, something. I'm not even going to try and guess. I like read it and I completely forgot it.
So this student said, I'm 16 and I think you're childish. You handled it like a child. I think that's valid. I think that's a valid criticism of how a teenager viewed how he acted and handled it. So in response to another question, oh no, before I even get to that. So this student that said that I'm 16, I think you're childish, you handled it wrong. Chappelle responded, according to two students who relayed the conversation. My friend, with all due respect, I don't believe you can make one of the decisions I have to make on a given day.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
The fuck you deciding on, Dave Chappelle? Like what? You're gonna boxers or briefs? Like you're gonna have McDonald's or Wendy's? What decisions are you making that are so obscure that a 16-year-old student wouldn't be able to grasp? You fuckwagon. So on top of that, he also told these students, I'm better than every instrumentalist artists, no matter what art you do in the school right now, I'm better than all of you.
Oh yeah, they're teenagers, Dave.
Right? And then he goes, I'm sure that will change. I'm sure you'll be household names soon. Like,
That's
what the fuck? Dude, you're talking to kids and you're being like a passive aggressive douche fuck.
Find what he said, because I need the exact quotes, because it's hard for me to. So usually I say everything's fine in comedy. Like, you know, a lot of people tell rape jokes and you're like, you can't tell jokes. And then the good comedians are like, my job is to make a joke. There's nothing funny about rape, but I can make a funny joke about it. I think Jeselnik said that, or I think it was him. And it's like, I usually don't get offended by anything, but I'm also not really in a group that's going to get offended. There's not a lot of white people jokes. You know what I mean? Like,
That's true.
I don't even get offended by Holocaust jokes. Like they're jokes. Like Anthony Jeselnik tells a Holocaust joke. He's not condoning the Holocaust. He's just telling a joke about a disgusting, dark subject. So I don't really get offended at this kind of stuff. But what he said, I read it and I thought like I'm not a big fan of what you're saying here. But I just can't remember exactly what his quote is, and I don't want to misquote it.
Trying to pull it up right now as.
And I know there's a lot of like, you can't say anything remotely bad or perceived as bad because you'll get canceled. So it's a fine line in comedy, especially. But I remember, I think his comments were just sort of like, why even, what? So I'll just talk about how good this Poland spring water is while you pull this up.
Why do you like Poland spring water so much?
That's what I just grew up drinking. So I'm used to it. I can't drink tap water. That shit's disgusting.
Even from the Brita? Like I gave you a Brita.
No, I can't do that. It has to be like just drinking it from a non-plastic bottle was a change for me. Like I love drinking it out of the plastic bottle. It's just something, I don't know. It's just something that's good about it. And Poland Spring is what we always had. Like just getting the Stop and Shop brand water, it was like a downgrade. It's cheaper, and I'm sure Poland Spring is just some asshole in his bathtub filling up bath water. Like I don't know if it's from an actual spring. I'm sure it's not, even though they claim it is. Where's the damn Dave Chappelle quotes?
So he also defended Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling, who's been accused of being transphobic.
Yeah, I don't remember what she said too, but I know she was not. She's not an ally.
Let's see.
Or she claims to be.
So during his Netflix special, he commented that a trans woman's, and before I say anything, we do not agree with these viewpoints of his. Just throw that out there.
These are just quotes from Dave Chappelle.
He commented that a trans woman's genitalia is not quite what it is and declared himself to be Team TERF. So TERF is the
he said like beyond pussy. That's what he said. It's like, it's not quite a pussy. It's like the Beyond Burger.
So TERF means trans exclusionary radical feminist. Let's see, what else did he say? He said, gender is a fact. Every human being in this room, every human being on earth had to pass through the legs of a woman to be on earth. This is fact. He also told a long joke about a fight he had with a lesbian, referring to her as a man throughout the set piece.
That's just dumb.
Not a good look, Dave.
That's just stupid. But I mean, the like, I can have a sense of humor about the beyond pussy joke, but like, I don't know, because it's obviously if you're getting a sex change, it's like you're going from a penis to a vagina, but it's not like a vagina you would have from birth. So I get the joke, but maybe. But also,
not. Him defending J.K. Rowling, who has made some very transphobic comments.
Yeah,
I definitely don't think helps. And then calling himself Team TERF, which is also
I'll be honest, I have no idea what that even is. I think most people are like, I have no clue what that means.
So needless to say, he is a kind of a jackass. But then, he goes to his alma mater and then has teenagers who probably have idolized and look up to him, asking him about it and questioning his thought process.
I'm surprised any teenagers know who he is at this point.
Well, they still show Chappelle Show reruns on Comedy Central after South Park.
Yeah, but what teenagers are even watching comedy, even know what that is?
True.
I'm surprised they actually show reruns. I thought that was just South Park.
It mostly
considering they canceled everything but South Park.
Well, now did you see that there was a new South Park special that came out yesterday? But it's only streaming on Paramount Plus.
Aren't they adults? Because there was one
it's like a flash forward into the future, like post-pandemic. It's like 40 years in the future.
I like that idea. It's like Rugrats all grown up. Like I love the idea of that. And I have Paramount, so I could actually watch that.
It's a movie that just started streaming yesterday.
They got that $1 billion deal for like 11 movies.
14 movies and 7 more seasons of South Park.
And that takes them no time to do it all. So they're just bringing in the money. South Park's another show.
I'm gonna have to take your Paramount Plus.
Yeah, I have ads, so you're gonna have to sit through that, but I will give that to you.
I am fine with that.
Because like I paid the lump sum for the year already, so I'm not paying it monthly. And like I watched
pretty good.
one show on it, and that's it. But now that that's on it, wow, what a random Survivor Series match. All right, sorry. So yeah, Dave Chappelle. I don't know. I wouldn't be a good comedian. I'd be too scared of what people saying something to offend somebody. I feel like it's just leave trans people alone. Like I couldn't even imagine what it was like to be a guy in a guy's body, but identify as female. Like I can't even begin to understand what those people go through. So you do whatever you want to do. You want to go become a woman, that's fine. Who cares?
Whatever makes you happy.
Like a gay marriage, and who gives a shit? You want to be unhappy like straight people? Go for it. Who cares?
Whatever you choose to identify as, whoever you choose to love, if it's an actual human being and not like you fell in love with your stapler or something like that. I mean,
it is difficult though, because you could offend somebody being innocent. Because I'm sorry, ma'am, I identify as a man. Like, okay, I didn't know. Just as long as you're normal out there and you're not getting pissed off at people just because they don't know, then. But there's, you're gonna run into a trans person who just assumes everybody should know what I identify as. Like, whatever. Okay, you identify whatever you want to. I do not care. There's no bearing on my life at all, unless you're trying to get me to identify as something else, which nobody is. So who cares?
Exactly. And I mean, something the company I work for is doing is now we're allowing the people that have their name tags actually have the pronoun that they want to be referred to by.
Oh, I'm sure some asshole customers are going to be like, oh, David, she, her. Well, that's not a woman's name, David. And
I'm sure that will, but I appreciate the ability for our company to allow the colleagues to be able to express themselves that way, and would make it easier for someone else to get the accurate pronoun for.
I'm not well versed. Like I don't understand what they is. Like when they identify as they. Like I've never actually asked anyone, but again, I don't care what you identify as. You want to be happy identifying whatever you want to be. I hate the people who use it. Oh, I identify as a Republican or some stupid shit like that. Like I identify as this. It's funny. It's like this is not a joke, man. You think people are just making this shit up? Like being gay is a choice. You think people who are gay would choose to be fucking segregated against and discriminated against and looked at as not normal? Like who would choose that? Like fuck out of here, man. I don't know. I never brought up. I don't think I really knew any gay people growing up. I just I don't care. Just why does that affect me? It doesn't. Who cares?
Exactly. It doesn't affect. And even if it did affect me, it's fine.
Like I just don't care. Like I just want to be left alone. As long as you're not bothering me, I don't care if you're gay or straight, a man, woman. Just leave me the fuck alone.
Don't talk to me. Don't
leave me alone. That's all I care about. That's great. That's fine. I've been hit on by gay people. If I could choose to be gay, I would. Yes, I have. Oh, you don't even understand. He won't listen to this. David in the podcast. I told him Camaro was out, and he's like, "Oh, I owe you a blowjob." I was like, "Yeah, if I was gay, I would be getting laid all the time. You have no idea. Gay people like me."
Because you're huggable.
but it's not a choice. So I mean, otherwise I would choose to, because it'd be sweet. I'd double my chances, expand my horizons. It'd be great. Oh God. All right, now we got those disgusting, terrible bigots out of the way. What do you want to talk about next?
Do we want to segue into a quick? We didn't watch all of Survivor Series, but I can tell you what the Meltzer ratings were on each match.
I don't just go through these quickly. I went to bed after the first match, so I didn't even watch the show.
Oh,
I had to
really?
work the next day. It was just there's no build. There was no point in anything besides the women's match.
The build was pretty terrible.
Becky Charlotte, and even then I sort of half watched it. I had it on my computer on mute and I was watching the football game.
The build was awful.
I do want to hear the rating for that match.
So let's see, the kickoff show match between Priest and Nakamura, which ended in Nakamura winning by disqualification because Priest turned heel, 2.25 stars.
Wow. Okay.
Usos versus RK Bro in a champions versus champions match.
That wasn't the first match.
I'm just going through his ratings. He doesn't list them in the order of like the actual match order because he's
he's a complete fucking moron.
Yeah, basically.
Why wouldn't you? That's like, that pisses me off more than somebody identifying as a man when they're a woman or whatever. You were born a man, you fucking go in order, dude. Like, they give you a match card, just go in order. That makes me angry. Stuff like that. I don't care about people, what they identify as. Fucking Dave Meltzer makes me really feel.
God, so Usos versus RK Bro got 3.5 stars.
Whatever. I'm so angry right now.
The women's elimination match, Raw versus SmackDown, 2.5.
Wow, yikes.
The Battle Royal, where
what did it 1.25? Yeah, those don't get it. Those shouldn't even be rated.
Yeah, but let's be honest. If AEW had a Battle Royal, it'd probably get like 5.5 stars.
I'm sure.
I'm saving the Becky Charlotte match for last.
Well, that seemed like the best match other than maybe Roman and Big E.
Team Raw versus Team SmackDown men's elimination got 4 stars.
Wow, I would have said 3.5.
Big E versus Roman. What do you think that got?
4.
Nope.
No, he's an idiot then. I heard it was good. 3 3/4. He's an idiot then. I don't even care at this point. Fuck that guy.
He gave it 3.5 stars.
The guy's a moron.
So now for comparison, he gave Roman and Big E 3.5 stars. So that was 1 full star worse than Danielson versus Miro from Full Gear.
He's an idiot.
He gave it the same star.
He has no credibility
as Britt Baker versus Tay Conti.
Yeah, he has no credibility whatsoever. The guy's a fucking joke.
So now Becky versus Charlotte.
If that's not at least a 4, then he's just like a complete fucking jackass.
He gave it 4.25.
That's decent. Probably worth 4.5. Although if it was somebody besides Charlotte, maybe it would have been 4.5. Her botched moonsault. Like, that was the worst thing I've ever seen. She missed another moonsault, almost 100% missed Becky, got up and screamed, "I'm the greatest," after a horrendous moonsault. Like, you got to be so unaware of just life in general to be that fucking stupid.
It's pretty bad.
Like, of all the moves you do, like, you have to understand you completely missed. Like, how do you not understand that you barely grazed her and then you get up and tell everyone you're the greatest? Oh, what an idiot.
Just like her dad.
Just a moron. At least he was actually entertaining. Although he ripped off fucking Buddy Rogers. So just the whole family's unoriginal.
See, now I never, ever found Ric Flair entertaining.
Well, I only watched, like, I didn't watch like WWF. I don't remember watching in 91 watching Ric Flair. Like, the only memories I have of Ric Flair are like when he came and was half owner of WWE. So, like, I never, even going back, his matches with Hogan, his first match with Hogan in WCW put me to bed. It's so bad. Bret Hart,
he's not entertaining.
Bret Hart would say he'd work the same match. That's basically what he could do. That's why I always think Bret Hart's a better wrestler than Ric Flair was, because he could work a bunch of different styles. Where Ric Flair
Flair cuts the same promo,
the same style. Yeah, his other than like the Four Horsemen shit and his original run in WWE, there's like nothing appealing about Ric Flair. Like, I wouldn't put him anywhere near, because he did most of his stuff outside of WWE. So I'm not putting him on my Mount Rushmore at all. Like, not even close.
I wouldn't even consider him, like, people, I know he had all the title runs and things like that, which most of the times he won the title by, a schoolboy or a roll up or
Yeah, or
something like
half the
that.
time
Backslide.
he wouldn't. There would be a tie, like a draw. He'd vacate the title and then win the rematch, so he gets 2 title reigns, but he never lost actually lost the title. So it's a complete joke.
How
Just
come
like-
WWE hasn't tried that with Charlotte yet?
I mean, basically, she has a couple, at least 2 one-day title reigns, which will get cashed in on or something like that.
Her title runs are a joke. She's a joke. I hate her.
She's had like 2 decent title runs. The rest have been just not good at all.
So now, Survivor Series aside, the buildup was just awful.
Well, I mean, these people were on the brand for like 30 days. Like,
Yeah, everybody that was on
guys who've
Team
been
Raw
on for-
were on SmackDown. Like it's just
fucking dumb.
it's idiotic. So you watched NXT on Tuesday, right?
I think I watched it. Yeah.
We were texting about it. You watched it. It was kind of a lead-in.
Yeah,
question.
they set up to the War Games. Yeah.
So I'm looking at the card for War Games. It's a pretty good card right now. You have Roderick Strong versus Joe Gacy. Joe Gacy, this is for the Cruiserweight title. Joe Gacy's about 260 pounds, so he does identify as 205 pounds.
Doesn't make any sense.
Only thing I can guess, and I hope it's leading this way, is if Gacy wins, they eliminate the weight limit of the Cruiserweight title and rename it something else.
It's so stupid. Cruiserweight is 205. He's not even remotely close to that.
Yeah, he's like 245 or 265, something like that. He's a big boy. That should be a good match, but I hope it does lead into the Cruiserweight title no longer being dubbed the Cruiserweight title and make it something. The worst thing they could do is have a unification between that title and the North American title or something.
That wouldn't be that bad. You don't need a Cruiserweight title anymore. You
don't have enough Cruiserweights.
More encompassing title, like the fucking. Why don't we get the USA title?
That's right. We have North American. Can we get where's South American title?
Just bring back the European title. Why don't they do that? I always wanted
isn't that too similar to Intercontinental though?
No, they had both.
That's true.
Because the Intercontinental means just all the continents, everything, and then the European is just for Europe.
I mean, if they had the European title, wouldn't that be on NXT UK?
No, because nobody watches that.
Oh, that's hurtful. So we also have a hair versus hair match: Cameron Grimes versus Duke Hudson.
Well, I missed this the week before that. Cameron Grimes got his hair cut shorter by Duke Hudson.
Yeah, he started cutting a little bit of. He cut a chunk off of his beard and he kept it in a baggie.
I can't see either of them losing that. Like Cameron Grimes losing all of his hair is really weird. I guess Duke Hudson's hair is very short anyway, so I feel like Grimes will probably lose that so they can do something different with him.
But I remember like reading a few months ago that Vince McMahon wanted to change up Grimes's look.
Yeah, I couldn't.
So I feel like him losing a hair versus hair match would be the way to do it. But
if bald, that's
I hope not bald. He's gonna start looking like Harland.
Yeah, that's awkward.
Then we have Imperium defending the tag titles against either Kyle O'Reilly and Von Wagner or Legado del Fantasma.
Just make that a triple threat.
I just feel bad for Kyle O'Reilly.
At least he's doing something on TV before he leaves. Like, there's no way he's coming back.
Yeah, I would say he's got to be leaving, right? Because I mean,
sucks.
This final run for him, like he went from main eventing against Adam Cole to being in the title picture to being in a fucking tag team with fucking elephantitis Von Wagner and not even being able to come out to his own theme song. He's coming out to Von Wagner's theme song now.
That's bad.
I can't even handle it.
Sucks that he's going to leave. They could lose Owen, Zayn, him. I think there was one other one.
Gargano.
Ugh, it's depressing. He needs to stay too. If he leaves, that's like one of the worst ones. Him and Ciampa would be like.
But if Johnny leaves, where the fuck is he going? AEW? He'll be a mainstay on AEW.
AEW will sign everyone. Soon it'll just be all the guys that were in NXT and none of these AEW originals.
God, MJF really is going to be the first guy to jump ship, isn't he?
He should get the hell out of there. See what he can do with Vince. Oh man, because I'm sure Vince would love him.
They'll put him in a tag team with Miz.
Or a feud. See who can be the angry jackass.
Who can be the bigger annoying douche. So, the women's war game match, which they're billing as Team Raquel versus Team Dakota. I love how Dakota is, like, they're building it as the feud between Dakota and Raquel. Shouldn't Toxic, I can't even say that. The three bitches Toxic attraction. Shouldn't they be the main focus? It's the tag team champions and the women's champion.
No, Dakota's way better than all three of them.
She's twitching now, though, which is a little like, how's that a character trait?
Because
She's
she's
just
got
unhinged
pushed
and
over the
crazy?
edge. She was fucking overlooked by everyone, and then she didn't beat Raquel. And
Did she
Raquel
get electrocuted
sucks.
like that time Goldust started getting that twitch in that tag team with Booker T?
Raquel sucks. Like I'd rather fucking watch Booker T or Goldust stutter than anything to do with Raquel. Like, she's
Yeah,
awful.
I'm not a Raquel fan. The rest of that team, Io Shirai, Cora Jade, and Kaylee Ray, I like.
I wasn't even a huge fan of her before she turned out to be a maggot, but like I'm over her. She needs to go to the main roster. Get away from NXT.
Yeah, I
Like,
hope she
I'm done
has
with you.
every other recent NXT call up when she gets to the main roster, doesn't get used, and then gets released.
I could see it. Although maybe they'll push her because she's Hispanic and they want to open that market. Although there's that rumor with every Hispanic wrestler.
That is
And
true.
it didn't turn out well for Andrade.
I gotta say, I like Cora Jade though. She's young.
She's
She's
in
green.
AEW. I didn't realize that. She was like a
Yeah, I saw
mainstay
that.
on Dark, and now she's on TV weekly. So good for her.
And I like her
That's
character
the
too.
first AEW to WWE story.
Cora Jade, and she beat the champion last week.
She's
Granted, it was 'cause of interference, but
she's dating one of those guys in NXT. I can't remember who.
he got released.
He did?
Trey Baxter.
Oh, poor guy.
He just got signed and then got released.
It's too many new people to keep up with.
And then the final match is the one that just got the groundwork laid on Tuesday. Team Old School versus Team New School.
Except I would put LA Knight. LA Knight's only old school because he's legitimately old. Like he's still part of the newer NXT class,
Yep.
which is weird. But Braun being on that team was kind of cool.
Yeah, I was really surprised. I was assuming it was going to be Grayson Waller, Tony D'Angelo, Trick Williams, and Carmelo Hayes. I was
Yeah, I
really
thought
surprised
Trick
when
would
Braun
be in
Breaker
it.
came out.
Well, it's smart because it's not really heels and faces. It's just new school versus old school.
Yeah,
And
I loved the end when Ciampa helped Gargano up. Like
I don't see how the new school doesn't win. It seems counterintuitive to have them lose.
it's WWE though. I mean, New School should win.
Well, you're building up the new school. Like, I mean, they had Braun lose to Ciampa, which was smart. He didn't need to be champion right away.
And
But
frankly,
maybe
I don't think he should be champion for a while.
I mean, Ciampa you can hold it for another 6 months.
When's his contract run out? Until the day before.
I don't know. I know Gargano is a week after. He's extended for a week, so it's like 4 or 5 days after the pay-per-view.
He's definitely leaving.
Is it a takeover or is it on USA?
It's a takeover. It's on a Sunday.
Good. No freaking commercials for War Games. That was
Yes.
sucked.
It's wow, it's next Sunday.
Oh, nice.
December
Oh,
5th.
I hope I don't have to work too early on that Monday because I have to watch that.
Well, since it's takeover, it'll be over by 10.
Thank God. That's the
Because
best.
usually aren't they on like 7 and then it ends at 10?
I hope
usually.
so. That's good. Oh God,
then-
why am I so tired?
What did you think of the MJF CM Punk?
It was,
promo on
it was
Wednesday?
fine. I liked it. It went on for like 20 minutes. And it wasn't really back and forth. It was like one guy says like 15 things, another guy says 30 things, the other guy says 20 things. So it was like, wasn't like boom, 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 boom. It was like a long list of shit I'm going to insult you about. And CM Punk responds to the long list.
And then he retorts back.
And of course, they had to talk about WWE. I'm in the camp that like you really can't keep them out of your mouth. Like I get that he worked there. Okay, cool. Then you bring up the Miz, and somebody posted where it was like MJF is like your biggest heel, and you just shit on him. But it's like I don't think that does anything against MJF. He'll be fine.
No, and I thought the promo between them, everyone was expecting Punk to just slaughter him on the mic. And I thought MJF not only held his own, I thought he was actually better.
Punk didn't even really say anything that entertaining besides that Miz line.
The Miz line was pretty entertaining. I will say he's a less famous Miz. And did you see though?
And that's
I
not
saw
even
this-
an insult. He is.
He's a less famous Miz, but I loved that like 24 hours later, the Miz was still trending on Twitter, but AEW wasn't.
Yeah, because they're I don't know. People are overreacting to that promo. It was really good. I'll even give it a really good, but it wasn't the fucking best thing I've ever seen. Like,
Yeah,
come
they're
on.
saying it's the best promo
Relax.
in years, best promo of all time. It was good. It was really good. I was highly entertained. It didn't feel like it lasted 20 minutes.
Like you're just insulting people. Like, all right, that works for so long, but like it's enough. It went on for long enough. And then you had to sit through a QT Marshall match. Like, are you kidding?
Which went on for like 13 minutes. That's about 12 and a half minutes longer than it should have.
They should have done the promo after the match. So we didn't have to, they could get through the garbage and then get to the gold instead of the other way around.
Or if you were going to have that match, Punk should have been so pissed off that MJF backed away from the fight that he just squashed QT Marshall. That's what it should have been.
Yeah. Not everything has to be a competitive match. QT Marshall sucks. Like, why is he getting TV time?
It's pretty bad.
Does he still
Pretty
have
bad.
what's his stupid ass thing called? His stable?
Oh God, I forgot what the name of it is.
The club or something awful like that?
I forgot. But yeah, I mean, the Nick Camarado and Aaron
Solo.
former Bailey fiance, got kicked out of ringside, which I've never seen that before. I've never seen the referee actually throw people out from ringside.
It's starting to piss me off that I can't find the name of the faction.
The Factory.
Oh my God, awful. So bad. It's because it's the Nightmare Factory. Like fucking Cody and Dustin aren't the actual like leaders of the Nightmare family.
It's awful.
Just, yeah, pick a new topic. AEW's, you can go into the salaries if you want. Do you have that list? Because I tweeted that out. I was shocked.
Do we actually think that's accurate though?
Seems like, I mean, because if Roman's making around 5, they must have offered Dean a lot of money because they offered Dean a lot of money to stay. So I'm sure he asked for more to leave.
Yeah, but I mean, as of 2015 or 2016, John Moxley, when he was Dean Ambrose, was making like 900,000 a year in WWE. He's going up to 6 million now.
There's no way he was making that little. All those guys are making millions.
So I got the list in front of me.
He's also their biggest star. Like, he had the most name recognition when he got there, and he's still one of their biggest names.
Did he? Chris Jericho would like a conversation.
Nobody gives a shit about Jericho. As soon as Moxley got there, fresh off of his huge WWE run, yeah, Jericho was an afterthought. Why do you think he won?
And now it'll be as soon as Kevin Steen gets there, the next big guy will be the afterthought. And then
Adam Cole's already forgotten. Like, he's
what are you talking about? He's in a tag team match tonight on Rampage with Bobby Fish.
Horrible. He's doing the same shit he was doing when he was the face of NXT, and except now he's like 58th fiddle. Like,
come on, he's wrestling Orange Cassidy and like Wheeler Yuta tonight, baby.
So bad.
So, and this list is now outdated because the Young Bucks have re-signed new 5-year contracts with AEW. They're signed through 2026, so I don't think they're making Nyla Rose money anymore.
I don't know. Maybe because they're paying a lot of people. Maybe they had to take pay cuts.
I mean, looking at this list that you had sent,
and it was also on multiple different websites.
That's true.
Same list.
So,
although that one says Dusty for some reason, and I didn't catch that.
Maybe they are paying Dusty Rhodes. Maybe it's not even Dusty. Maybe they really are paying the corpse of Dusty Rhodes.
Dusty Rhodes estate.
So Pac, the Young Bucks, the Lucha Bros, Dustin Rhodes, Brandy Rhodes for some fucking reason, and
Ridiculous.
Nyla Rose.
I don't understand.
Reportedly make $2 million.
Like, I get she's one of the mainstays of the women's division, but like, why would she be making that right off the bat? Did anybody know who she was?
On the independent scene, a little bit.
But that's not 2 million. Like, Britt Baker must get like 5 million when she signs a new deal.
I would hope so. I mean, she is the face of
a lackluster division.
You know, with Nyla Rose making the reported $2 million, I joked around with you that the Young Bucks are making Nyla Rose money. I mean, it doesn't make sense that, and maybe because the Young Bucks have other roles within AEW.
Well, they don't really anymore. They don't do anything.
I think they're still listed as one.
Yeah, but they have they don't do anything. They have no power anymore. They don't even have any say in anything, it seems.
Do you think they get a second contract though? Do they get paid? Do they have a second contract? They get paid on top of that?
No, I doubt it. I don't think they have separate like WWE does.
Because then, that's 10 through 5, the lists of names that we just went through, which obviously is more than 10 through 5 because the Young Bucks are 2 people, the Lucha Bros are 2 people.
Well, they all make 2 million.
Cody Rhodes makes 3 million.
Not surprising. I mean, kind of surprising they're making more than the Young Bucks. I would have had them all at like the same.
But wouldn't you have them all be the same? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Kenny Omega also 3 million. Chris Jericho 3 million.
Total waste.
And Dean Ambrose, John Moxley, 6 million.
I couldn't believe he was making. Not only is he making 3 million more than Jericho, just the 6 million total is like. There used to be a time when wrestlers making $1 million was like nobody makes that. Like Randy Orton, like Big Show, and Cena were making $1 million. Roman's making like 5 or 5.5. Moxley's making 6. Like that's crazy. You keep signing. I wonder what Cole's making.
I'm really curious.
He's got to be at least 2 or 3.
I would hope. I mean, what do you think CM Punk's making for him to come out of retirement after 7 years? He's got to be in the 4 or 5 range, right?
God, such a waste. Oh my God, they did. If they're paying him that much, they are not getting their money's worth.
Like, I'm just curious, like Andrade Alito, like all these people that they're signing from WWE have to be making more money for an easier schedule than they obviously
somebody
had in
like
WWE.
Andrade was probably like making $750 in WWE. So I could see him making anywhere from 9 to $1 million.
You really think he was making that much?
They make a lot. Like even Zack Ryder is making $500,000, and he's
but that was like
awful.
7-8 years ago.
No, it was. Do you think he just all of a sudden like, no, we're gonna pay you $25,000 now? Like, he's making $500,000 every fucking year. That's like an absolute waste of money. Andrade's got to be close to $1 million. Although he didn't really have any options. He wanted to get the fuck out of WWE.
That's true.
That is true. AEW salaries. All right, I kind of want. We need to continue. I want more Arnolds. I've been thinking about this all week. I need more Arnold names.
What you so fascinated about Arnold for?
Because you cut me off at like 4 movies. We got to spread it out. I don't think so. I want to see how many more names I can guess. I don't even remember most of the movies you said.
I don't remember most of the movies I said either. So we might
You're supposed to. You're the one who said we have to cut it off to spread it out. You have to remember. You have to keep track of that stuff then. Because I would have rather just do it all in one time.
This is a good segue, nice breakup before we get into football from yesterday and the Giants news and all
football. Maybe we could just skip football. This is what happens when you we're trying to lower the time to 90 minutes. That's more manageable to listen to. We're already at 1 hour and 7 minutes. We got on about an hour, so we have about a half hour.
It's not bad. It's not bad at all.
Goes by fast.
All right, I'm going to give you an easy one. Kind of throwing you a layup. Harry Rehnquist.
You're supposed to give me the movie, and I guess the name.
Yeah, I switched it up on you right now.
That's not a layup. Harry Rehnquist?
Yeah.
I have no idea what that even is.
Wow.
Yeah,
Let me tell you the movie?
Yeah.
He's also known by Harry Tasker.
Yeah, so why you have to give me his actual name?
I give you his alias. I was seeing how good you are.
No, that's horrendous because Harry Tasker's True Lies.
Yeah,
everybody
was also known as Harry Rehnquist.
Yeah, that
was his undercover name.
His name's Harry Tasker.
Harry Rehnquist was his undercover name.
You also gave me the movie, and I told you both of Total Recall. So you that's a fail on your part.
I don't think it's a fail. You gave me both for Total Recall, but you did not give me both for True Lies.
Because nobody remembers that.
I do.
Total Recall is he goes by both names multiple times in the movie. Like half the movie is one of each.
Dare I say True Lies is my favorite Arnold movie?
It's because you haven't seen any of his good ones.
I think that's his best one.
It's absolutely not. It's
a great movie. Other than the Terminator.
It's absolutely not. It's a great movie. It's not even close. Like you haven't seen Predator. You haven't seen Total Recall.
Okay, no. Kindergarten Cop's up there too.
I would probably, if I had to choose, I'd watch Kindergarten Cop over True Lies. But I could, if somebody put True Lies ahead of Kindergarten Cop, that's fine. But Predator, Total Recall, Commando, all better than.
I was actually surprised there was never a True Lies sequel.
Well, they were going to do one, and
9/11.
9/11 happened, and we're not doing terrorist shit after that, and it never got off the ground after that. I feel like it's time.
Thanks, Al Qaeda.
Alyssa Milano was all grown up, or no, she was in Commando. It was Eliza Dushku. She's all grown up. She can be in it. Jamie Lee Curtis is still doing shit. Tom Arnold's got nothing but time, I'm sure.
Oh my God, I forgot Tom Arnold was in that. Oh my God.
It goes from page 5 to 9 to 11. Give me the goddamn page. Okay.
All right. What was his character name in the movie Eraser? Also a good movie.
I'm blanking right now. This is disgusting because I just talked about this. I know the guy at the end of Eraser who died in the limo with James Caan and the other guy. I'm blanking. This is disgusting. We might have to come back to this because I know this.
We'll come back to it. We'll come back
This
to
is
it.
so bad. I know his freaking name. It's John. I think it's John. I might have to think about this for a week and not look at IMDb until I think of it at like 4 a.m. in the morning. I jump out of bed. Oh my God.
What was his character name? This is an easy one. Batman and Robin.
Mr. Freeze.
Oh God, that was probably the worst Batman movie.
And it's still like hilariously bad. Like I'll watch that and enjoy it, but yeah, definitely out of those four, awful.
No, but I mean, is it worse?
That was the George Clooney one,
Yeah, but the Val Kilmer one was also pretty bad.
but that had Joker and Two-Face. I think that one was probably better. I think Val Kilmer was a better Batman than George Clooney.
Well, that was George Clooney at his apex, just coming off ER. He's a huge star.
But he's
Should
not
never be Batman.
Yeah, no, definitely not. I think Val Kilmer fit that role better. But nobody was Michael Keaton.
So now us just talking about that kind of, I'm going to get back to the Arnold stuff in a second, but it just made me think of the stuff that I think I sent it to you on Twitter the other day, or either texted it to you, the new Super Mario Brothers movie that they're making.
Chris Pratt's a fucking...
Chris Pratt is going to play Mario, and he's not going to do any Italian accent. He's just going to be what, fucking Chris Pratt talking like himself, being Mario.
Yeah, he's a lot of people don't like him anymore because of his religious bullshit. Like,
Yeah, I
he's
used to be a big Chris Pratt fan, especially on Parks and Rec, but I've kind of cooled off on him now. But I was talking to Kate on the phone today when she was driving, and I was talking about that movie. I'm going to ask you a question. I'm hoping that you know
so fucking mad I can't get this name.
the answer. What is Mario's last name?
Mario. We found this out on it's Mario, and Luigi Mario. I didn't
Mario,
know
Mario,
that.
Luigi, Mario.
That's why they're the Mario brothers.
Kate did not know that. She thought I was making it up, that Mario was his last
We didn't
name.
know that until what? What we see? TikTok?
No, I knew that from the Super Mario Brothers movie from like the 90s
Because I've seen that movie.
with
and
John Leguizamo.
I sort of blocked that out of my memory because it's good, but it's like horrible. I love this trash movie.
It's good in a bad way.
Yeah. Ooh, Hogan just threw his bandana at the
So
Undertaker. And he didn't
she had
flinch.
no idea that his name, it's Mario, and Luigi Mario. She thought I was making it up.
It's really dumb, to be honest.
Oh yeah, it is pretty dumb, but I mean,
The last name should just be Lorenzo. Mario Lorenzo and Luigi Lorenzo.
I don't think it should be Lorenzo.
That's a great Italian name. But like, who names their kid Mario?
Terrible parents.
Like, I never dawned on me that like the Mario brothers. It's like, wait, his first name's Mario. That would be like calling Alex and I the Matt
brothers.
Like, that's so stupid. But it's like their last name is Mario. He's Mario. Like, what's the dad's name?
Oh my
are
God,
his
that just
parents'
dawned on me.
names?
That's why they're called the Mario Brothers. That literally went over
no.
my fucking head.
Yep.
Oh my God. That went completely over my head.
Oh, I just heard the beep. We're still recording though. All right, good.
I hope it got did it beep because I'm a moron?
No, it's just sometimes it's like nobody will touch the plugs and it'll just disconnect itself. So if something ever happens, I'll try to stop the recording, but we're still good. Yeah. The Super Mario Brothers. Like when you're a kid, that doesn't dawn on you that Luigi's his brother. They're the Super Mario Brothers. Like that doesn't make
I'm
sense.
in my mid fucking 30s. I knew it was Mario, and Luigi Mario, but never clicked that Mario Brothers is that their last name was Mario.
Did they mention that in the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember that movie. I would like
I'm
to
pretty
watch
sure
that
there
again.
was a scene where John Leguizamo, who was playing Luigi, introduced himself as Luigi Mario or Mario.
Doesn't
Mario.
Captain Lou play Mario?
No.
Who played?
I want to say it's like Dennis Hoskins.
Because he played. There
Bob
used to be
Hoskins, something like that.
There used to be the like Mario and Luigi like hour on TV or something, and Captain Lou played one of them.
I think his name was Bob Hoskins.
I don't know why I hit that. Sorry. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Captain Lou also played
Bob
Mario.
Hoskins is his name. Bob Hoskins.
Like
He was also the guy that was in Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Did you ever watch the Super Mario Super Show? Because he played Mario
No.
in that. That was like
I did not.
yeah, he played. That's why. I knew he played Mario somewhere. Mario, and Luigi Mario. I can't believe I still can't remember fucking Arnold's name from Eraser. That's an underrated Arnold movie, and I'm drawing a complete fucking blank.
Vanessa Williams is in that. James
Yeah.
Caan.
I can tell you lines from that.
James Coburn. I'm trying to think who else is in it. Who was the guy that James Cromwell too?
Oh my God.
Who
why
was the
can't-
guy that played his friend that was tied up with the mobsters that was also in Murphy Brown? He's
I know,
dead in real life.
Is he dead? Because he
Yeah.
was good.
What was his name?
I don't know why I can't remember his character name. I'm going to think about this. I promise to all of our listeners, I will not go on IMDb and I will try and think of this. But we need to do because I'm thinking of now. All I can think of is Harry Tasker.
That's True Lies. We established that.
Because last week before we did this, I was trying to go through the names to see if I could remember, and I was like, "Yes, Harry Tasker. That's True Lies. I got that one." And now I cannot remember what his. I think it's John, but I don't know for sure because I'm picturing James Caan talking to him, and I cannot remember what his freaking name is.
Do you want any hints?
No, because he plays. I think he plays a couple of Johns. Give me a different movie. This is gonna piss me off for an entire week. This is the kind of cliffhanger you guys wanted, didn't you? I cannot think of his. Some asshole better not. If you're watching this on YouTube, do not spoil it in the comments, please. I'm legitimately not going to look, and I'm going to try to remember this.
I hope you spoil it.
I'm sure Eraser will come on the TV or something, and I'll be like, "No, damn it!"
I bet you it will be on TV over the next couple of days. It usually is on TV like once every couple of weeks.
It is actually on TV a lot. Because I
Let's
know
see.
you haven't given me Commando yet, because I'm thinking of his name. I know what his name in that movie is.
What's Commando?
John Matrix. And I'm thinking
we were
of-
looking for Colonel John Matrix.
And I'm thinking of Bennett going, "I'll be here, John. Oh, John, it's John Matrix." I feel like True Lie or Eraser is John, but I cannot. I literally have. I'm drawing a complete blank.
He was also we went through this last week. He was named John in Kindergarten Cop.
Yeah, John Kimball, Craig's dad. No, that's Craig Kimbrell. Damn it,
That
close
was
enough. All right, give me one or two more.
Red Heat.
Oh my God. I can tell you he's from like a foreign country. That's Jim Belushi's in that one, right? Where he's like a cop from another country and
Yep.
he comes to investigate something. Oh my God. I haven't seen that. I haven't
Russian.
seen that.
He's Russian in that.
Yeah,
movie.
he has a weird Russian accent. It's very strange.
It came out before Twins and after The Running Man.
Yeah, that's a good one. I don't know because that's one I've seen very few times. It's not a bad movie, but
I honestly had never heard of it until 3
is it
minutes
like
ago.
Ivan?
Yes.
Is it really?
Captain Ivan.
I mean, I just said that because it sounds like a Ivan Drago. I couldn't tell you his last name.
Oh, so close. Ivan Danko.
Wow. Is it really Ivan?
Yeah, Captain
I
Ivan
pulled
Danko.
that out of my ass. That was just a guess because that's the only Russian name I can know besides Yuri. It was definitely not that. I'll take that as a half point.
Now, I'm not sure if you're going to know this movie because it's kind of around the time when he stopped acting in movies for a while.
What do you mean?
End of Days.
No, I've seen that movie. I don't know his name. He plays oh my God. There's a great line in that where I think people get like possessed by like ghosts or whatever, and his captain is like Marge, and she starts shooting at him. He just goes, "What the fuck, Marge?" And it's like it's a weird fucking movie. It's the quiet.
It is Marge. Marge.
He's got the line in it. "Oh, you think you're bad? You're a choir boy compared to me. A choir boy." Like it's the best shit ever. I don't know his name though. I could tell you fucking what was CCH Ponder or who played Marge. I could tell you her fucking obscure name, but I don't know his character name.
She was in ER. She was in NCIS New Orleans. She was in the TV show The Shield.
Who's the one in Law and Order?
Apathica Murkison.
Yeah, these fucking initials. These fucking ladies. I know her, but I don't remember his.
Did you see they're bringing Law and Order back?
Yeah. I hope Sam
Season
Waterston
21,
is in it.
baby.
Is
he
gonna
better
be?
be. He's not dead yet.
What's his character name? I can't remember.
Think Wrestling. It's spelled differently, but it's two wrestlers' names.
Hulk Savage.
Ooh, so close.
Randy Hogan? What era of wrestling?
It's a 90s wrestler, 2000s, 2010s. It's both are kind of current wrestlers too. It's a wrestler's last name and a wrestler's first name, and that's his character name.
I'm never gonna fucking get this.
You hate the guy. One of the guys. Kind of hate both.
I hate a lot of guys. Oh, fucking Steve Miz.
No, it's
Xavier Kingston. Xavier Kingston. That must be what it is. Xavier Kingston. There's so many people that I hate. Is his last name Ryder or something like that? Oh, you said 90s to 2000s. Who did I hate in the 90s or 2000s?
Oh, you didn't hate the person in the 90s and 2000s. You do now.
But they're Rick?
That should be a huge clue. You did not hate this person until
How long
Trump
is
era.
How long have they been around? Jeez.
You want me to just tell you?
I mean, I feel like that's a shitty clue. 30 wrestler's career spanning 30 years that I sort of liked and then hated.
And still hate.
There's too many
For
people
reasons not happening in the ring.
There's too many people that I hate. Give me
For
the
reasons not happening in the ring.
What's more of a giveaway, the first name or the last name? Probably the last name, right? So give me the first name.
The character's first name?
Yeah.
Jericho.
Wow, why don't I remember this?
And that's the wrestler that you used to like. You hate now for
Jericho.
reasons outside of the ring.
That's true. Jericho. I almost said Kotchery.
So close.
Kane?
Yes.
Okay.
Spelled with a C.
That sounds like a
Spelled-
biblical name for that.
Spelled with a C.
You're not. There's one obscure Arnold movie you're not giving me that I know the name of his. It's another one where he's a guy, but he plays somebody else, and I know the name he goes by in most of the movie, but not his real name. Like the opposite of Harry Tasker. Like I know his undercover name, but I don't know his real name. It's an obscure movie. I don't think you've probably never even heard of it.
Raw Deal?
Yes. Joseph P. Brenna. And I had to look up, or you have to tell me. I couldn't remember. I knew he has that's not his real name.
Sheriff Mark Kaminsky.
Yeah, I had no clue. Because there's a famous line in the movie where a cop takes his ID and he goes, Joseph P. Brenna, huh? What's the P stand for? Arnold pauses and just goes, pussy. And then the scene ends. Like,
Darren McGavin's in that movie. That's the father from A Christmas Story.
That's a good, like, underrated, obscure Arnold movie. If you ever wanted to watch a movie you've never seen, he goes like undercover to infiltrate like a drug den. And it's actually pretty good.
And it came out after Commando, but before Predator.
So 86.
Yep.
Good year.
Roger Ebert gave the film 1.5 stars.
Yeah, it's not a good movie if you want like a critically acclaimed movie, but if you want some like random action movie, then yeah, it's good.
I just need to read you this part from Roger Ebert's review
Of Raw Deal.
Yeah. This plot is so simple and has been told so many times before that perhaps the most amazing achievement of Raw Deal is its ability to screw it up.
I don't agree with that. I agree with the first part. It's definitely a very simple plot. And it's like a mob family. They bring him in. He's actually an informant, or he's trying to take them down, and he fucking kills everybody. They didn't screw it up. It's just very simple and easy. And it's got a great theme song. Look up the Raw Deal theme. It's a classic, like, no words 80s song. It's brilliant.
That is hilarious.
Well, I feel there's a lot more Arnold movies I don't know. I got Ivan at least.
Yeah, there's some things you're gonna need to brush up on.
All right, so let's get into football so we can get it over with. Because we haven't talked since last Sunday's game plus yesterday, right?
I don't even care about last Sunday. I'm here to talk about well, first of all, the Lions-Bears game.
Horrendous.
The fucking Lions. I actually think they are the most tortured franchise in all of football.
At least football.
I mean,
it's close to sports, top 5 of sports for sure.
So the Lions have scored fewer than 20 points in each of their last 10 games, the longest streak since the 2005 Ravens, who also did it in 10 straight. So they're 0-10-1 and have not scored more than 20 points since the first game of the season.
Yikes.
This one I like. Jared Goff. He's 0-16-1 in his career without Sean McVay as his coach.
Oh my God, that's insane.
That's this season with Dan Campbell, and then last season of Jeff Fisher.
Yeah, at least his rookie year. I think he only had 1 year with Fisher before McVay came around.
It seemed like he wasn't the starter all the entire time because he was winless that year.
That's brutal.
Poor guy. And they lost on a last second field goal. Andy Dalton should probably stay the starter for the Bears.
I mean, they're not going anywhere. So if they want to actually like get a better, although they don't have their own draft pick, so like there's no incentive to continue to lose.
But also, I mean, as crazy as this is, they're kind of right there for the wild card.
It's pathetic.
I mean, you figure one of the 3 wild card spots is locked up by NFC West. Right now, it's the Rams, could be the Cardinals. One of those teams is locking that
Yeah.
up. Then you have 2 other wild card spots, which right now, if the season ended today, are occupied.
Occupied?
Yeah, they're occupied. What do you got a problem with that word?
Sounded like you said occupied.
Occupied, currently held by the Vikings and the 49ers, both 5-5.
That's crazy.
The Bears are 4-7.
They
There's
are
plenty of teams ahead of them, but they're right there.
It's unbelievable. Like, come on. You need to keep losing. Giants need that pick.
I mean, right now, the Eagles are 5-6. They're right there. The Panthers, Saints, all 5-6. Then you have the 4-6 Washington football team and Falcons. And then you get the 4-7 Bears.
The NFL's not good. Like, there's the top teams, and then everyone else is mediocre at best.
Yeah. And then in the AFC, right now, it's similar. Frankly, it's not even similar. The AFC is so equal. The Titans are the 1 seed at 8-3.
And
then
they're like are they the worst, one of the worst 1 seeds ever? Like, I don't trust them without Derrick Henry. They shit the bed against the Texans. Who knows what they'll do in the playoffs?
And AJ Brown has been a huge disappointment this year. Tannehill, 4 interceptions last week against the Texans.
Awful.
But the current 7 seed is the Chargers at 6-4. The Titans are 8-3.
Yeah.
I mean, even the Steelers, who are looking outside the playoffs right now because of the fucking tie to the Lions, are 5-4-1. The Colts, Raiders, and Browns are the 9, 10, and 11 seeds, all 6-5.
The Colts destroying the Bills was huge for them. They're still right in it. So let's quickly I know you didn't watch the Cowboys game, but it was a weird game to watch. It felt like it would never freaking end.
I finally got to see the midway through the third quarter and the fourth quarter. I missed overtime because that's when Kate and I were driving home.
But you really wouldn't stay for that?
We had
the Cowboys. Your team's playing and you're leaving?
Well, it wasn't her parents' house or anything. It was a family friend's house.
Yeah, I would have been like, fuck you. Let me stay. Or at least I would have offered if I was hosting. Like,
they did offer. We felt we wanted to leave.
So you're a pussy.
No, there's other reasons.
I know. I'm sure you didn't want to be there, but if the game's on, luckily they lost because it would have just pissed you off.
So 28 combined penalties in that game. It was the most since 2016.
It was, oh God, it was just so not even fun to watch.
And honestly, I think they missed a lot of other penalties. There was clear holding calls on the Raiders that the referees missed. There was clear penalties on Cowboys that they missed. The one that pissed me off the most was and it didn't really matter because they were going to probably score anyway. But in the third fucking quarter, the roughing the passer call on Parsons on Carr for Carr diving in and putting his knee.
They didn't specify what they called, did they?
That was the reason for it. It was the knee to the head.
Did they really say that? Because that doesn't make sense. He hit him in the head.
That's what most of every analyst, like Warren Sapp was talking about it, a bunch of others, that it was the Carr diving and his head hitting Parsons' knee is why they threw the flag.
That's stupid.
It's horse crap.
That's dumb.
And then don't even get me started on Anthony Brown, who
I remember one of them distinctly where he was just face guarding, didn't even turn around. So clearly, and he had four PIs. So it's kind of tough to win.
Coming into that game, Anthony Brown had only been penalized once all season. 5
That's true.
yards.
They did say that, contact. Yeah. But he plays a lot? Because I've never heard of this guy.
Yeah, he's basically their CB2. Yeah. So he became the first player since at least 2000 to be flagged 4 times for pass interference in the same game. All of them happened on third down, resulting in 91 yards.
That's brutal.
it was just the most painful game to watch because it just took so fucking long because of
Yeah, I was not enjoying that one. Then even the Bills blowing the Saints out, it was like not enjoyable. I wasn't really paying attention to the Lions game, sort of watching in and out with a little bit of UConn, who also sucked. That was also depressing because UConn was down big, and I was like, yeah, they're tired. And I said, I think if they can come back, they'll be too tired to be able to win it, and they can't close games at all.
No,
Like,
they haven't been able to close games
they
for years.
somehow can hit free throws, but like they foul too much.
Turnover
And like
way too much.
who's the big center? Something with an S.
Adama Sanogo.
Yeah, every time Alex says he's like one of our best players, which he is, but every time I saw him play, he would take the ball and like shoot the worst fucking shot I've ever seen. Like he'd back a guy down and miss the fucking rim completely.
They actually talked about it in overtime today, because UConn won in overtime. He backed down into the paint and then he passed it out to Whaley for a wide open three. He was like, "That's the first time in this tournament that Sanogo has passed from the
not
paint."
taking the shot." Yeah. I mean, I should pay more attention. I like RJ Cole's got the Devil's tattoo like right here, so I fucking love that guy. But I don't really pay attention. I should get to know the team better because I used to love UConn basketball a lot.
They haven't been relevant in a
04,
long time.
Like I was obsessed with the Okafor Ben Gordon team. Like I was all in on that shit. And then I was like crying when they were both leaving. I was like, Okafor, you're graduating in 3 years. You have a year of eligibility. You just stay. I don't care about your NBA career. God damn it.
He had a decent NBA career. I mean, he was definitely.
I was making a case for him to go number one because obviously a UConn guy, but Dwight Howard was obviously the right pick. And then I think Ben Gordon went 3. Where did he go? Yeah. The Hornets and then or the Bobcats? He got drafted
by the Bulls.
No, I mean Okafor.
Oh, Okafor, I think it was the Bobcats.
I think it was the Bobcats and then the Bulls, and the Magic obviously had the first pick.
So just one last thing on the Cowboy Raiders game from yesterday. That was the most watched Thanksgiving. Well, that game was the most watched regular season game on any network since 1990.
That's weird to me because I would have said maybe it's because people are still not going to Thanksgiving, but last year it would have thought it would be even more. We can go on a thing about ratings, like the Nielsen ratings. I never understood these because like I get it's projection, but like say you have 10 families that have the Nielsen box. Say you just for some reason you happen to get 10 families who are obsessed with wrestling. And they always watch Monday Night Raw. You're going to project the ratings based on that. Like, I know it works. Yeah. Like, all right, 6 out of the 10 families watch this show. So we'll project that for 6 out of 60% or whatever it is. I get like, that's how it works, but it's just like, is that really how many you can't just give a chip to every single cable company, every single box and get like real data. Like, that's what I'd like to know. How many people are actually watching wrestling right now? Who's probably really watching AEW?
I'd say not many. The thing that gives me some hope for the Cowboys being 7-4, and one of their beat writers tweeted this.
The rest of the conference sucks.
Well, the rest of the conference sucks, but they're 7-4 with having DeMarcus Lawrence miss 10 games, 4 games without Randy Gregory, 2 without anti-vaxxer Amari Cooper, 1.5 without CeeDee Lamb, 3 without Tyron Smith, 5 or 6, I think, without Michael Gallup. They've never been anywhere close to having their best players.
They still should have beaten the Raiders.
Oh, they should have beaten the Raiders. They should have beaten the Broncos. They have no excuse to lose.
Well, no, I mean, I feel like that game they could have beaten the Raiders also on paper, but the Broncos just shelled them.
Yeah.
So they had no chance in that game. All right, I think we're going to end this podcast with our favorite segment, at least my favorite segment, the unusual deaths. So I need a year from you, and we will see if we have anything.
Well, before I give you that, I just wanted to tell you from that one that you gave us last week, the Philip Quinn who
the lava lamp
on the stove.
Yes, yeah.
Which you pulled up the Snopes article that it was true, it did happen.
Yeah.
So the reason why you don't put a lava lamp on a fucking stove is because it can explode when it fucking overheats. That's why most lava lamps have a thing that say you can't have it plugged in for more than 10 hours. You put the thing on a fucking heating element, it's going to fucking explode. You jackass, Philip.
I didn't know that about not heating it up or not having it plugged in for more than 10 hours.
Yeah, they have.
So you can't just leave it in.
Off. They have some that shut off by themselves, but others, like it actually says, like don't have plugged in for more than 10,
I mean, like
11 hours.
Was there any art? Did you look at any reason why he would be heating it up? Like it had to have like frozen or stopped
There had to
moving
be
or
something
something.
wrong with it, and he felt that it wasn't.
Like I could.
Even the police said we don't understand why he did it.
Do you know how ridiculous the explosion must be for a piece of glass to break off and puncture your chest to go into your like that's.
I can't imagine. I don't want to imagine, but the guy is a mother effing idiot.
So
Darwinism at its finest.
Do you want the other one from 2004 or do you want a different year?
Ooh.
Because we're probably not going to go back to 04 again, right?
Give me the other one in 04.
All right. Francis Daniel Brahm. Let's see. I have not read this. So, okay, wait, what? Name of person, Francis Daniel Brahm. Starts off with John Hutcherson, 21, drove home drunk. Oh, see where this is going. Drove home drunk with his friend Francis Brahm, 23, hanging out the passenger window.
Oh, God.
There we go. Hutchinson drove off the road and sideswiped a telephone pole support wire, decapitating Brahm. He continued the final 12 miles to his Atlanta, Georgia, U.S. home, parked in the driveway and went to bed. I actually remember this.
How fucking drunk was he?
A neighbor found Brahm's headless body in the truck the next morning. What the fuck? Oh my God.
How I'm going to have to research that one.
Yeah,
how drunk was he?
We'll find out next week if John Hutcherson is in jail or was in jail, because that's I wonder if he, like, I have so many questions. Did he know like, how do you not know? But then also,
he had to be so drunk.
How do you just go to bed?
Drunk are you that you could? I'm gonna have to research. You said that was 2004, right?
September 2nd, 2004. Francis
I'm gonna
Daniel
research that
Brahm, Brohm.
I will be researching that one and giving you an update on next week's episode.
What is a telephone? Wait, what is a telephone pole support wire? How is it that low to the ground? That's interesting.
Is it one of those wires that like comes diagonally off of the telephone pole?
It could, because it's a guy wire.
So it has to be one that like comes off diagonally, and he had to be going really fast.
And also that seems to be like, why would that be that low where you could even come close to that? That's a pretty,
like, he had to have been driving
12
so
miles
fast
with a decay. I wonder if they found the head. Like, I have so many questions. So I think we might have to start off the show next week.
We're going to start off the show next week with that. But before we end, I have to tell you what happened in this day in history.
That's true.
So it wasn't as good. If we had recorded on Tuesday, it was really great.
Yeah, if we record next year on that date, maybe we'll get to it.
That's going to be a good one. I'm about to put that down. But I'll give you one for today in sports that I think you'll appreciate. On this day in 1917, the NHL formed with the Montreal Canadiens, the Montreal Maroons, the Toronto Arenas, the Ottawa Senators, and the Quebec Bulldogs. The National Hockey Association disbanded.
Interesting.
So the creation of the NHL happened on this day in 1917, 104 years ago.
What else you got? Because wasn't there one, you told one on the podcast and then you told me one off the podcast, and
not for this day.
Did you tell me? Oh yeah, that's right. Anything else?
Casablanca premiered at Hollywood Theater in New York City on this day in 1942.
I think inflation adjusted, that's still the highest. No, maybe that's Gone with the Wind.
I think it's Gone with the Wind.
Yeah, Gone with the Wind. That's another segment. Highest grossing movies.
Oh, and also with yesterday being Thanksgiving, on this day in 1789, the first national Thanksgiving in America.
Interesting. Yeah, I tried to say interesting colonizer, and then they came out as intronizer. You know what we're really good at is coming up with segments for the podcast and then never ever using them. Let me rattle off this list before I sign off. Where can I find this? We have a Google Doc. Let's see. We have
some of them
recurring topics we'd like to talk about. Yep. Unusual deaths on this day. Tales from the Crib. I guess that sort of counts as a Raimi rant. With the, what's it called? Xfinity. We're going to do like top 5 lists. We never seem to do this or that or would you rathers. But that's always in there. I came up with one called Peak Position, where I'm going to name songs, popular songs, and see if Raimi can guess where they charted. And then I also came up with one just before we started recording, Cameo prices. Because I was looking at some people on Cameo, and they're either ridiculously high or ridiculously low prices. So that's another game. And if anyone has any ideas, something they want us to talk about or whatever, shoot us a tweet, This That Rant. We're on Twitter now. Go follow. Instagram, This That Rant. Raimi Rants on Twitter. Matt Lorenzo on Twitter. And that about wraps this up. So we will see you next week. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for listening. We appreciate it.